things about parking in Tacoma instead of Seattle is I don't have to fight to find a parking spot. Just look at this. Quiet street, plenty of parking. You don't find this in Seattle very often. It's a good decision to come down to Tacoma. The only reason I really came down here was because I was feeling sick and I didn't feel like fighting to do anything. I gotta say, I've only been to Olympia Coffee Roasters a couple of times, but they make a great cup of coffee. They are fast becoming one of my favorite places to get coffee when I'm in Tacoma. Well, this is actually my second cup of coffee today. It is about 10 o'clock. I got up and made a little bit of breakfast, and of course I made coffee too, so coffee is definitely handled this morning. I feel like I need to get some things done. Well, I do need to get some things done. I spent all day yesterday basically in bed. I was planning on spending at least part of yesterday with a friend, but I felt like I was getting a sore throat on Friday and felt like I was fighting off a cold. So I canceled those plans, and it was probably a good thing because I felt actually worse on Saturday morning than I thought I was going to. So I had a pretty bad sore throat and not very many other cold-like symptoms, but it just seems like I've been fighting off a lot since I've been up here in the Pacific Northwest. I guess it's just because it's a little colder and more damp than what I'm used to. But anyway, there's me complaining starting off the day. So I spent most of the day in bed, and so today I not only have to get a few things done, but I don't want to spend any more time in the van after spending all that time in the van yesterday. So time just to get a few things done and just be out walking around. Sounds like a good idea to me. So one of the things I need to do today is to fill up my propane. Because I've been sick and it's been really damp, I've been really cold, so I've been using my heater a lot more lately. I've also been making more coffee and cooking a little bit more since the weather is cooler. So one of the places I like to get propane is a hardware store called McClendon's. It's a local hardware store here, and I think my favorite one is here in Tacoma, so I'm going to take this opportunity and fill up my propane. Now, this is not the cheapest place to get propane. It is $3.29 a gallon, but I think that's cheaper than, per gallon, that's still cheaper than buying a single little green bottle, at least anywhere in the Seattle areas. So I've got two of these little 1 gallon tanks, and just because they're the only things that fit under my bed, and so they're kind of perfectly sized for my van, these little tanks. So I filled these up a week ago, both of these, and today one of them was almost empty, one of them was just had a little bit used out of it. So that ended up being 1.3 gallons and a grand total of $4.71. So I think that that's not too bad for a week and a half of use for propane. So I've got the propane bottles tucked away there. It's a little bit of a chore to get them back in under the bed here, just because my bed is kind of so low. And they're back in this corner. So that always takes a few minutes. It's not very much fun to do when it rains, so I'm happy it's not raining out now. It's actually pretty nice out now. This running errands thing is tough. It's kind of like work, and it's Sunday. I shouldn't be working. So I think it's time for coffee somewhere. I do have more errands to do, though. I've got a few things that I need still, a couple of errands yet to take care of. One of those is socks, and I've been buying socks at Bass Pro Shops because they have these socks that have a lifetime warranty. It's just I can't bear to buy more than a pair or two at a time because I think they're like 12 or 14 bucks a pair. I think they're completely worth it. It's just that I just don't like spending that much money at once. And really, I don't need them in the summertime. They're really just a wintertime thing. But my toes are freezing now, and I'd be wearing some now, but they're all dirty in my dirty clothes bag, so waiting to be washed. So, which I should be doing that too. That's the other thing about being here in Tacooma is there's a really good laundromat. It's just I'm never really down here in this area. So, but because I was in bed sick all day yesterday, I just really don't feel like sitting in a laundromat. So I think I'll just do laundry some other time, probably tomorrow or the next day. But yeah, since I'm here near Bass Pro Shops, I'm going to run in and see if they've got those socks. There's actually another really good reason to go into Bass Pro Shops in the wintertime. I mean, when I get into the lobby, I'll show you why. Well, as usual, I couldn't bring myself to buy more than one pair, but I think I really only need one more pair, and that will get me through laundry days. So this should be good. I want to put them on right now, but I need to wash them first, I think. I need a couple little things from Home Depot, so I'm going to run in since I was just a few blocks away. You would think that since I don't have a house, I wouldn't have to shop at Home Depot very often, but you'd be wrong. So it may seem a little bit funny for me to need to go to Home Depot after I've already been to McClendon's, but I needed a flat bungee cord. It's to hold up my water container that I store in the back of the van, and I just find that these flat ones seem to be a little bit stronger and they hold a little bit better, at least for that particular water container. I'll show you that at some point. McClendon's didn't have any of these, so I needed to come to Home Depot. And then McClendon's also didn't have a small tape measure, and this is actually for work. My work actually buys us and provides tape measures, and we need them from time to time, but I like having my own that's just mine. But this was the one I wanted because it had a clip on one side and it also had a magnet on the back side, and you know how I feel about magnets. And then of course this is because I just want some peace of mind. Hopefully I won't need to use it now that I bought it. That's my thinking anyway. Well, as I often do on a weekend, I get running around and doing things and kind of lose track of time. I think it's about 3 o'clock now. I don't know where the time has gone. I haven't really done much, but I've forgotten to eat. It's a kind of a usual thing for me to do. So I could make something quick in the van, but being that it's late and it's the weekend, I think I'm just going to go out and grab something. Now, since I'm not too far away from a pizza place, I'm going to go get pizza. I'm not proud of where I'm going to go. Let me just say that right now. One of the small little troubles of always being in a different city is sometimes I forget where I am. As I was starting to drive over to Fred Meyer, I all of a sudden remembered that one of my favorite health food stores was right around the corner. So instead of going to Fred Meyer, which I didn't want to do, I'm going to Marlene's. So yeah, now I'm happy again. Not Trader Joe's. Quite a bit more expensive than Trader Joe's, but I like it better than Fred Meyer. Let's just say that. You know, all of a sudden I realized I didn't take you guys to my favorite coffee shop here in Tacooma. I don't know why. I didn't get coffee. I was just running around, not thinking about it. So I'm going to take you to my favorite coffee shop in all of Tacoma right now. Well, here we are, my favorite coffee shop in all of Tacoma. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great coffee shops in Tacoma, but the nice thing is, as long as I've got good coffee beans, I grind them to order, yeah, I can make a cup just as good as anybody else. It's late and I'm tired, so this is going to be dinner. Split pea soup with ham, because I'm not vegan. You know what? It's food and I'm eating it. So that's dinner. Thanks for watching, everybody.